Hello, you join me in our old contractor's 6280 and that's the handbrake. Today we have Weanlings in the cattle shed on the slatted house, and we have one cow and one calf in a pen because the calf wasn't feeling too well, so we are feeding silage at the moment. And in the weekend we'll have the rest of the cows and the rest of the calves and any other cattle that's still out on the fields will be brought in this Saturday. So we'll try and back this up without doing any damage to anything. Lift that up so we can squeeze through our tight alleyway here, which you'll see in a minute. Now, this is the tight alleyway I am on about. Now this tractor, the clutch needs calibrating, so it tends to jump into gear for some reason. So if it sort of jerks a small bit, that's the case. Or that's what the brother said, but the brother did study agricultural mechanics in college, so kind of believe him when he says it. I assume he knows what he's talking about. Anyways, I don't think I mentioned what we're going to do in today's video. We're going to use the front loader on this tractor to take down a couple of bales there. So we're going to have to move that trailer somehow. We're going to have to either push it back and try and squeeze in with the front loader and pick it up. Don't know if you can see, but the Weanlings are in house there. Or they're in the house. So there it says jumping. Anyways, I'm going to put the camera down. I'm going to line up the tractor. Hopefully we can get that bale that's fallen down there, try and squeeze in with the forks and pick it up and sort of leave it somewhere there. And we'll have to push back that trailer and roll up the skirts on that more, and hopefully I'll be able to squeeze in. If not, we're probably going to have to try and come in at an angle at it. But yeah, I'll put the camera down for a minute and I'll get everything lined up and sorted and ready to go. Right, I used the front loader there to push the trailer back so we can go in at a straight angle at that bale. I'll just have to fold up them skirts now when I'm ready. But that trailer should be back enough for me to get in at that bale. Hopefully anyways, we'll see. not too bad, if I may say so myself. I don't know how clear the camera picked it up, but I managed to just about get the forks into it, but not fully into it. So I think it was only the top tips of the forks that were actually holding the bale on the actual forks. And I was so afraid that backing up it would land straight on top of the mower here, the uncle's mower. So yeah, but anyways, it didn't. Thank the Lord for that, and we got it on the ground safely for when we either this evening or tomorrow morning. There might need to be a bale put into them. But yeah, all we have to do now is get our international with the bale splitter and just easily pick that up. Hopefully it's at a fairly good angle because of the mowers in the way. Hopefully the international can sort of back in there without clipping the mower and pick that bale up, but it should. That's the Weanling heifers there, where there's 7 heifers and 3 bullocks. The bullocks will be sold in the next coming of weeks. So that's the silage they have there left. That'll probably do them tonight anyways, this evening, and maybe tomorrow morning, who knows. But they might need anything at the moment because it's only the weanlings in, and they don't eat as much and as fast as the cows would. But we do have a cow and calf in here because the calf just isn't feeling 100%. But yeah, we have a herd test in the next couple of weeks or so. So this Saturday we'll be putting in all the livestock. We'll have the cows in this pen, and we'll have the calves in beside them to just wean them off them. It's that time of year again, I know. But yeah, cows will be in there, and then when they come to calving, they'll have their pen in there for the calves to go into, and then the calves that we're going weaning off them will be here beside them. For the first week or so they'll be lewing and sort of unsettled and uneasy, but after a couple of weeks they should get used to being weaned off. But looking at the silage situation, I think they'll have enough silage for this evening's feeding and possibly tomorrow morning, and maybe at a stretch tomorrow evening as well. But whenever they need a bale put in, if it's not too dark outside, because it gets dark now at like 5 or 6 o'clock since the time has changed, but if we're putting in a bale during daylight hours and I can actually see what I'm recording, I'll record putting in a bale. So hopefully it is during daylight hours. But anyways, we'll pick this up again when a bale has to be put in, hopefully during daylight hours. Well, as you can see, a bale was put in last night. I wasn't around, so the old man put it in himself. That's the bale that we took down with the 6280, and we planted it just over there. We planted it just there, and it's obviously gone. So yeah, that's the one we took down with the 6280. And as you seen there a couple of seconds ago, the cow and the calf that was sick, that was in the pen in there, are now on the slats. The calf has gotten all his medicine, whatever he needed. He has it all taken in the last couple of days, so he should be sound and on the road to a good recovery, hopefully. But yeah, all that needs to be done now is throw her a bit of silage, and she doesn't have a drinker like one of them ones. So what we have to do for her is go the far side and fill an old half a barrel. It's basically a half a drinker that you see out in the field. It's one of those plastic ones. We'll fill that with the tap, which is just on the wall there. You'll see in a minute. But anyways, I'll put the camera down and I'll throw her a bit of silage. Alright, she's fed. She has enough of silage. There's also a small bit there for the calf if he's looking for any. I don't know. But they're alright. That's just that's a bale split in half there. That's half a bale there and a half a bale there, and I just scraped either side then to fill in the gaps. That was done last night when the bale was put in. So they have plenty there in front of their heads. They're all right. They're all grand. But to make sure that these drinkers are working. That one is. And that one is slightly leaking. I don't know where it's coming from, but it's leaking. You could have that bowl emptied and then come back the next morning and it'll be full to the neck again like it is now. So that might need to be fixed before the rest of the cattle come in for the herd test. But anyways, let's give her a bit of water. That's what I meant there by the sort of half of the barrel water trough that you get outside. And all you have to do, that's the hose there. Turn that, and that should be filling.
Myself wondering what did happen to the last 10. I ran away with my life, fast forward, never turn back again. It's kind of funny that the more we pass time, the more we need to set them rewind. And 19 was the year I had to leave you, but now I'm seeing all the signs. Is this really happening? I can't believe it's true. I'm just as surprised as you. Is this really happening? I can't be too sure.
And that's the weanlings fed. So they'll hopefully eat all that, clean up the ground. Another bale will probably need to be put in this evening. And well, actually we'll be bringing home the rest of the cattle as well soon. The cows and calves that are out on the aftergrass on the silage field, as I mentioned earlier on in the video, they need to be brought home, and a couple of older heifers as well need to be brought home for the herd test that's coming up. So yeah, once all them are put into the shed, a new bale will come in and we can just split the bale in front of them. And again, it's going to be probably this evening or tonight, so it'll be dark. So I don't know how much of it I'll be able to record, if any. I'm not 100% sure. But at least they're all fed. This is what this video was about. I didn't get everything I wanted in the video, but look, you get that sometimes. Another thing you might have realised is that the cow and calf that was in the pen is not, that was in the pen was on the slats here with the calf that was sick, but they're not here now. That's because we had to bring them back into the pen. Yeah, they're back in here. The calf was making a good recovery there on the slats, but then I think it was yesterday evening or the evening before that, he just wasn't looking 100% either. He was lying down, fairly drooped. The head was sort of drooped as well. You can see there he's lying down as well, but he's more alert now. His ears aren't drooped like they were before. His head isn't as sort of drooped as it was before. So yeah, he's making a good recovery. We gave him all the injections the vet gave us, and we had to give him some sort of diluted stuff as well. So we gave him all of that. And he was making a recovery on that, but then obviously he started to go backwards again. So we decided to take matters into our own hands and try one of the oldest tricks in the book, and that's to feed the calf some natural yogurt, which we have here. Usually when cows and calves are sort of sick, if there's anything stuck in them, we believe that the calf here probably ate something when he was out in the field, a bit of a rope or a bit of plastic or a bit of something, and it stuck in him. Because he wasn't making as much dung when he was ill, and then he started making it a small bit once we gave him all the stuff the vet gave us, once we pumped all that stuff into him and he was making signs of recovery. He was making a small bit of dung, but then he went backwards and then he wasn't making as much dung. But since we started giving him the natural yogurt, he's making a lot more dung than he was, so he's definitely on the road to recovery now. And that's the reason that we had to move him off the slats again and put him in here again, is because he was starting to go a bit backwards after we gave him all the stuff the vet gave us. So we do have to clean out the pen every morning and evening, so there is dung piling up. We have the box here, so what I might do while I have the camera out, and basically to get a bit more footage for this weird video, I'll put the camera down and I'll throw that dung into the box.
I'll be yours again. Life lessons come one in a dozen. The other 11 give something from nothing. I sit here looking for an answer. Maybe the biggest question was in the last chapter. You gave me the soul I have today. Without you I never could have moved away. But now I see what you...
There we go, the dung is put into the box there. Obviously there's a small bit of dung there, but the calf is lying down, so I won't go in and disrupt him just yet. I might go in later on in the day, or we'll do the clean out this evening when we're doing the feeding in the evening. But yeah, that's the dung cleared, and well, whenever he gets back on his feet again and back to being normal, what he should be like every other calf, he'll be put back out on the slats. We might put them back out on their own little slats in the pen where they were earlier on in the video for a couple of days, just to see how he gets on. And if he doesn't go downhill again, we'll probably put him in the pen on the slats with all the other cows and calves, and sort of keep them all together then. And then obviously at some point in the next coming week or two, once the herd test is over and done with, we'll probably start weaning them off. We'll start weighing the calves off the cows, because we have our calving season this year is going to start a bit later than usual, because we were having problems trying to get the cows in heat and get them bulled and keep them sticking, because we had a couple of repeats. So we did have a couple of problems with that this year. There's some cows just not in calf. There's some of them who are in calf, and then there's others that we're just unsure of. But we do tend to scan them every year. I don't know, are we going to scan them this year or not? I don't know. But our calving season won't start now until January, February time of 2024. Usually they'd be calving, they'd start to calve between November, December time of 2023. And then we'll have the last batches then in January, February, March, maybe April at the latest of the following year. But that's not going to be the case this year. And we're not going to have as many cows calving either as we had last year. But anyways, that's her fed, and that's the Weanlings fed as well. And I know that this video wasn't as packed as other videos. This wasn't as packed. I didn't get everything that I wanted done in this video. I was hoping that I would actually get a video clip of me putting in a bale, or a bale being put into the shed. But obviously, when the bale was put in, it was too dark to film anything, and the other reason was I wasn't around, so the old man had to put the bale in by himself. I just got a call and I had to go then, and I was gone then for most of the day, so I wasn't around either to record to record anything, and even if I was, it'll probably be too dark. But yeah, that's just how it goes. You're not going to get everything you want it recorded. That's just the YouTube life. But yeah, that is going to be the end of today's video. Thank you very much for watching. If you liked it, please do give me a like, and don't forget to subscribe. Check out the merch, my merch, and the gate mate. The links to them will be down in the description. And that is it for me. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video very soon. Take care.